Good morning. So today we'll see XML introduction. What is XML? XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. XML is a markup language similar to that of HTML. XML was designed to carry data and not to display data. XML tags are not predefined. You must define your own tags. XML is designed to be self-descriptive. It is World Wide Web Consortium recommendation. The difference between XML and HTML. Even though both are markup language, there is a difference between XML and HTML. XML is not a replacement for HTML. XML and HTML were designed with different goals. XML was designed to transport and store data with focus on what data is. HTML was designed to display data with focus on how data looks. HTML is about displaying information while XML is about carrying information. XML was created to structure, store and transport information. Following is an example for XML. So it looks like HTML. Here we have a tag, but the tags are not predefined. You can create your own tags. So we have a root tag node and we have four subtags, 2 from, heading and body. So this small XML is used to send message to Tom from Jerry. The note above is quite descriptive, self-descriptive. It has sender and a receiver information. It also has a heading and a message body. But still this XML document does not do anything. It is just pure information wrapped in tags. Someone must write a piece of software to send and receive and to display the information. XML is just a plain text. XML is nothing special. It is just plain text. Software that can handle plain text can also handle XML. However, XML aware applications can handle the XML tags in a special way. The functional meaning of the tags depends on the nature of application. With XML, you can invent your own tags. The tags in this example above, like to, from, are not defined in any XML standard. These tags are invented by the author of the XML document. This is because the XML language has no predefined tags. The tags used in HTML are all predefined. HTML documents can only use the tags that is defined in the HTML standard like P, HTML, form, table, etc. XML allows the author to define his own tags and his own document structure. XML is not a replacement for HTML. XML is a complement to HTML. It is important to understand that XML is not a replacement for HTML. In most web applications, XML is used to transport data while HTML is used to format and display the data. The best description of XML is this. XML is a software and hardware independent tool for carrying information. XML is a W3C consortium recommendation. XML standards are now being used everywhere. XML is now as important for the web as HTML was to the foundation of the web. XML is everywhere. It is the most common tool for data transmissions between all sorts of applications and is becoming more and more popular in the area of storing and describing. XML is used in many aspects of web development, often to simplify data storage and sharing. XML separates data from HTML. If you need to display dynamic data in your HTML document, it will take a lot of work to edit the HTML each time the data changes. With XML, data can be stored in separate XML files. This way you can concentrate on using HTML for layout and display, and be sure that changes in the underlying data will not require any change to the HTML. With a few lines of JavaScript, you can read an external XML file and update the data content of your HTML. XML simplifies data sharing. In the real world, computer systems and databases contain data in incompatible formats. XML data is stored in plain text format. This provides a software and hardware independent way of storing data. This makes it easier to create data that different applications can share. Another important feature of XML is it simplifies data transport. With XML, data can easily be exchanged between incompatible systems. One of the most time-consuming challenges for developers is to exchange data between incompatible systems over the internet. Exchanging data as XML greatly reduces this complexity, since the data can be read by different incompatible applications. XML simplifies platform changes. Upgrading to new system is always very time consuming. Large amount of data must be converted and incompatible data is often lost. XML data is stored in text format. This makes it easier to expand or upgrade to new operating systems, new applications, or new browsers. XML makes your data more available. Since XML is independent of hardware and software applications, XML can make your data more available and useful. Different applications can access your data not only in HTML pages but also from XML data sources. With XML, your data can be available to all kinds of reading machines and make it more available for blind people or people with other disabilities. XML is used to create new internet languages. A lot of new internet languages are created with XML. Here are a few examples like XHTML, WSDL, WAP, WML, RSS languages for new fields, RDF and OWL, SMIL. Now let's see the structure of XML. XML follows a tree structure. XML documents form a tree structure that starts at the root and branches to the leaves. An example XML document is given here. So XML document always starts with $XML followed by the version, and it will have a root tag followed by list of subtags. So as we saw in the previous slide, the example, the first line is the XML declaration. The next line describes the root element of the document. The root element will specify the purpose of the XML document. And in the previous example, the next 4 lines describe the 4 child elements of the root. They are to, from, heading and body. And finally, the last line defines the end of the root element. We can assume from this example that XML document contains a note to Tom from Jerry. So in the XML tree structure, the XML document must contain a root element. This element is a parent of all other elements. The elements in an XML document form a document tree. The tree starts at the root and branches to the lowest level of the tree. All elements can have sub-elements. So the root element can have a child element. Any number of child element can be present in the root element, and every child element can have any number of subchild. The terms parent, child and siblings are used to describe the relationship between elements. Parent elements have children. Children on the same level are called siblings. All elements can have text content and attribute just like in HTML. So this flowchart describes the structure of XML trees. So you have a root element, bookstore. So the XML document is about the bookstore, which contains list of books. So every book is represented by an element called book. So every book has some characteristics, and every characteristics is represented by the sub-elements like title, author, year, price. And an element can have an attribute which gives information about the element. So here the element book has an attribute category which tells the category of the book. So every book in the bookstore will have a separate tag about called book, and in this book tag we have many subtags which gives information about the book. So from the flow chart we can arrive at the XML document for the bookstore. So we have a bookstore. Inside the bookstore, so bookstore is the root tag which appears only once at the beginning of the XML and at the end of XML. Inside the bookstore, each book is represented by the book tag, and every book has a sub tag like title, author, year and price, which tells the information about the book. And the book has an attribute called the category which tells the category of the book. So this is a simple example. So any volume of data can be represented using XML. So instead of having a database, we can have this XML to store data, and user can create their own tags to describe the information. So the root element in this example is bookstore. All book elements in the document are contained within the bookstore. And the book element has 4 children, title, author, year and price. So we saw the structure of XML document. Now we'll see simple syntax rules of XML. The syntax rules of XML are very simple and logical. The rules are very easy to learn and easy to follow. So the first rule is all XML documents must have a closing tag. If you take HTML, all tags need not be closed. So for example, the paragraph tag need not be closed. But in XML, all the tags should have a closing tag. So it is illegal in XML to omit the closing tag. All elements must have a closing tag. The next rule is XML tags are case sensitive. Unlike HTML, XML elements tags are case sensitive. XML elements are defined using XML tags. XML tags are case sensitive. With XML tag, the tag with uppercase L is different from the tag with lowercase l. Opening and closing tags must be written with the same case as shown in this example. Opening and closing tags are often referred to as start tag and end tag. The third important rule is XML elements must be properly nested. In HTML, you might see improperly nested elements. But here in XML, all elements must be properly nested within each other. In other words, the outermost tag should be closed only after closing all its innermost tags. So the next important syntax rule is